Hello, Dan and Phil Games explosives, and welcome back to our second Truth Bombs video.
It's so bad, isn't it? Just waiting for what Phil's going to say at the start of every video.
Today we are joined by our esteemed royalty, Sophie and PJ. Hey.
That was your little trumpet.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. People were like, we want more Truth Bombs videos, and we were like, we have no friends.
Yeah. If you don't know what Truth Bombs is, go watch our last Truth Bombs video.
We made a board game. We've talked about it. It's Truth Bombs. You'll know it. You'll love it. Here it is.
It's good. Breaking news.
Wait.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Dan.
It's a good finish.
That is a very
It is a beautiful matte finish design on the box. There we go.
Hey. You just broke PJ's glasses.
Didn't know that PJ's glasses were on the table.
Are they okay? Try and put them on, PJ. Can you still see through them?
They're good.
So, breaking news. Sophie, can I have my best breaking news noise? We are...
That's like an angry text from the BBC News app, isn't it? It's like, oh, notification, what happened?
We have released a Dan and Phil Truth Bombs expansion pack.
What the heck?
So if you have
Booster cards.
if you have the Truth Bombs game, you can get some special Dan and Phil themed questions for Truth Bombs, which is what we're going to be playing today.
Why don't you read a couple, just as examples? You could answer special Dan and Phil questions, such as...
If they were a meme, what would they be?
That's a nice one. Mm-hmm.
What would they do if they saw Dan and Phil in the street?
Okay, that's dangerous.
What personality trait do they share with Dan and Phil?
No good answers for that one.
Why do they think they were a weird kid?
So you see, they're like Dan and Phil themed, but you could still play them with people who are like, who the fuck are Dan and Phil?
Because I used to eat fish food, that's why I was a weird kid.
I like that someone is still surprised by how weird Phil is.
Yeah.
I need that in my life. Here you go, Sophie, you can have the disturbing Polaroid.
Thank you.
Keep it.
Appreciate it.
Where are you going to put it?
On the
Everywhere.
fridge.
In a capsule that I will bury in the garden.
And open in 10 years and be like, what?
Yeah, we're playing with a fresh Truth Bombs
Pencil.
This is nice,
Because we
sharp.
keep giving away Truth Bombs to everybody.
Yeah.
So we
Smells
have none
fresh.
left.
Smells. It's a good
I love the
quality
smell of
pencil.
a fresh pencil. Sniff the lead.
Right, so everyone gets one of these pieces of paper.
Paper me up, daddy. Sorry, I don't know why. I've never said anything.
Give me that P.
Oh
remotely
no,
like that.
stop.
First and last time.
First of all, do we want a team name or real name? I'm gonna go team name. Billy L.
Nice.
Must you?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I want to be P-Dog.
S Slice?
That's nice.
I like to add
Slice.
slice on the end of your
I
name.
think you could get that from a patisserie.
Yeah.
An
An
S-slice.
S-slice.
So what flavour would
That's
it be, Sophie?
Well, we'll have to find out.
Okay, it'd be a
Mystery
straw-
flavour. Ooh.
And D.
Heezy.
Big D.
Heezy.
The big D.
Yeah.
PJ, stop. You're becoming the Tom Scar of this video.
Are you reading the rules for our own game, Dan?
Yes!
Just a refresher.
Then it comes with a
Okay,
rule
don't
book.
throw those on my glasses.
I'm not. PJ's glasses are in the corner of the table.
So write your name on the top of the target slice.
Yes.
I've got slice in my head now.
Can't stop thinking about slice.
Okay.
Okay, it's time to lay out the questions that will inspire the bombs that we drop on each other. Phil, would you like to read them?
I don't think Sophie can do it.
Okay.
Ooh.
No pressure.
What's the first one, Sophie?
If they had a tiny Phil living in their pocket, what would they make him do?
Ooh.
Oh, that's like cute Pixar movie / really creepy,
Yeah.
depending on the person.
Please be nice with your miniature Phil.
Okay.
He's got feelings and he wants to be paid well. Next one is, what question would they ask Dan in internet support group?
Nice. Okay, that could be anything.
Yeah, PJ.
What fan fiction do they secretly read?
Oh, secretly read.
Oh,
Wow, so that,
the
that has
secret
to be
one.
something. I mean, what fan fiction would you be like? Yes.
Dan has a secret Wattpad account, so we don't know what he reads, but
We're about to learn some dark things about each
you have to click an age rating when you read it.
Right. Okay. Phil, stop exposing
Have to be at
me.
least 50 plus to read it.
to read this extremely saucy One Direction
Right.
fanfic.
So now we have to pass our answer sheets to the left.
Phil said passing to the right. I saw you do that.
I don't know my left from right, so for a second.
Thank you.
Okay, look at the target on your sheet. Pick a question, blue, pink, or yellow, and answer it.
What question would Dan ask himself in internet support group?
Well, that's a good one. Good luck with
Yeah.
it.
I have answered.
You've done it.
I have
I'm still thinking. I want to like roast Dan as much as possible. That's what I'm. What stage
We're in
I'm
that
at.
sinister, cheeky stage where we're like, we've written our answers.
Yeah.
Phil, are you really
Sorry,
the
I'm
last
still
one
con-
to write
I'm
an
still
answer about me?
contemplating it.
You're telling me that you can't write an answer about me
I
when
can.
you wrote the questions and they're Dan and Phil themed?
I was just trying to be as mean as possible.
Okay,
Wow.
thanks. Well, you know, Truth
This
Bombs
is a hardcore truth
Yeah,
bomb.
I know.
It's open-ended. We could make this a wholesome special where we're all just really. I mean, it's too late, but the next set of questions could be. Oh, he's doing it.
I'm doing it.
What's he saying?
Pass your answer sheet to the left.
There you go.
Thanks,
Thank
friend.
Why
Here we
is it
go.
so hot in here? I thought it was winter.
You're just getting,
dying.
You're just getting nervous.
I'm so
Phil.
sweaty
You're
with
starting
excitement.
To pre-roast yourself. You're bathing in your own juices like
Next
a chicken.
one. I'm answering about Peach now.
I'm answering about Sophie.
I've got.
I mean,
Oh, I was going to do the fanfiction one for PJ, but someone's already written it.
oh dear.
I wonder who could have done it. I'm gonna get in trouble if I keep writing what's the first thing that comes to my head.
Uh-oh. Yeah, spontaneous thoughts are usually never a good thing. They're the kind of thing that you usually go, wow, why do I think that? I'm being messed up. And then think about the socially acceptable thing to say.
Yeah, I forget that these are about to be read by the people that they're written about. We'll still be friends after this, right?
Maybe.
Haven't spoken to Tom or Hazel since we filmed the video.
Oh god.
Which is surely a coincidence, so it's fine. Oh my god, Phil, what is this Bible that you're writing?
Maybe he's writing the fan fiction.
Yeah, no, Phil, it says, what fan fiction do they secretly read?
no,
Not
I'm writing
write the fan
it.
fiction that they secretly... In the beginning, it's a Bible fanfic.
It is.
Oh, I read that one.
FOD. Phil and God fanfic.
Okay.
We
th-
destroy
there's
the
some
world and
narcissistic
make new worlds together.
self-insert fan fiction out there, but like yourself and God is pretty up there.
To the left.
Okay, and now we're all forced to write the remaining questions, so I hope we're ready. Look at the target, and here we go.
Just a good one for Sophie.
Oh, God.
When you're done, slam it down. Nice and intimate with this dining table, isn't it? It's not meant for four in a row.
We are touching each other in every possible way.
Yeah. My leg is firmly touching Dan's leg.
You are just one
with
leg.
intent.
We're sharing a trouser leg.
Okay, now you stop because you do not pass again because we're going to read about the person
The
that we've
person
got.
to the left is that person.
Oh! Let's throw some truth at each other. Truth,
Oh, no.
truth,
Ah,
truth.
violent.
I'll go first.
We all just failed to catch the truth, which is why that was
Yeah.
violent.
Sophie,
Okay.
you ready for a big slice of truth?
S-Slice is ready for the slice.
Hit me with the truth pie.
Yeah.
S slice. All right. If Sophie had a tiny Phil living in her pocket, she would sell him on eBay.
Sophie, that was a present.
I've never used eBay.
That was
well,
a gift.
Until
I
That'll be
mean-
the first thing. Hopefully you get a good
man.
price.
That's a good idea. I mean, yeah, some creepy man would be like,
Tiny
£8.
Phil.
What would you make me do?
He would do an Attack on Titan cosplay situation, and
Yeah.
you'd be a little. He would,
Oh my gosh.
He'd have a
Okay.
tiny train
Okay.
set in his basement, and he'd make you live in it.
For some reason, there's this thing that I always talk about, but there is a sexy thing where people want to be.
Why do you
I know!
always talk about macrophilia?
It's a thing.
Oh my god!
There's like
What
weird
is wrong with
images
you?
of tiny people on naked bodies. And
No. Okay, well, yeah, sometimes
Wait a
it's
minute.
normal people and giants.
Sometimes it's normal people and
It works
giants.
both ways.
And other people want to be shrunk
Sometimes
down.
you want to be the giant, sometimes you want to be the tiny person.
I don't know why it always comes up in videos, but it's
Why
here
do
again.
you keep mentioning it? You don't. Okay, sure.
Sophie, what question would you ask Dan in Internet Support Group?
Mm-hmm.
How do I remove all the beavers?
you do have a
I mean,
prolific
how?
beaver
Is there
problem.
a problem that we need to talk about right now?
I mean, you know, beavers
Do they follow
Are
you
they
around?
in your house?
everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a beaver.
How did this start?
That is true. And
It's
what?
like a Sophie Origins movie that all.
I mean, I've
Beaver
never
infestation.
ever been associated with beavers before, so this is a first.
That's the first one.
It's like Batman. You fell into a beaver den. You became a beaver girl.
That is
Yeah.
Beaver Girl. And what fan fiction does Sophie secretly read? Jon Snow and Dragon Sexy Times.
Oh my god.
Jon Snow and Dragon.
I'm just
Wow.
reading it.
Wow.
Didn't say I
I
wrote
mean-
it.
I mean,
That's a good one.
The
I mean, you
dragon
just
is
need to
pretty
watch.
sexy.
On the ice dragon or the fire dragon?
Ooh,
Both
I
at
think,
once.
I
Sorry,
don't know.
I
I
like
think
it.
I'm gonna
Okay, PJ.
Sorry, I
where
thought
do
the
you
question
stand?
was directed at me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I'll let,
PJ.
I'll let
Scaly
Sophie
threesomes.
answer.
Which
go.
one?
Dog.
Which
I
would you
would
want?
go fire dragon.
Fire dragon.
I think
That
the
bit
ice
of
dragon
spice.
is
He's
the
pretty
side,
hot, isn't he?
You know.
Oh!
I'll just joke at myself
Okay.
with this pencil for making that awful pun.
That's really sharp. I could go in your eyeball hole.
If you buy truth bombs, don't joke at yourself on a pencil.
No.
Okay.
Right, Sophie, what's your favourite? Sell him on eBay, beavers, or sexy dragons?
You know what? I'm gonna go with sexy dragon.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And who would write such a
Yeah.
disgusting, illegal thing?
That's the second
Yeah, you have to
part.
guess
I've
who
gotta-
wrote it. It's my poker face.
Yeah, that's what I try to be as like conspicuous as possible.
I'm gonna go Dan.
No.
It was me!
It was Phil!
Phil was
It's
the
'cause
sexy dragon.
we were-
Pervert.
Maybe beaver.
We were in the car for about an hour yesterday, and Sophie talked about the dragon on Game of Thrones
Oh,
for like
yeah.
20 minutes. So I was like,
Who
that's
talks
the fan
about a
fiction.
They
dragon
have
for
great
20
dragons.
minutes,
They have
right?
great dragons.
Right,
Five-star
so that
dragons.
means I get a point.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yippee!
Fixed. As people who watched the last video will know, this game is rigged. And
It's rigged
Phil
so I win
always
every
wins.
game, even if I'm not in the game. Sophie,
Sophie.
sorry, I was going to say Sophie again. I was like, Singing my nose.
Sophie.
Maybe we should include-
Yeah. That's not being edited out, right? Okay. Who are you roasting, Sophie? Sophie.
I've had a lot
This
of
is why
fizzy
people
drinks.
don't come back to see
No.
us, Phil. Right.
Sophie, who are you reading about?
P-Dog.
That's me.
That's him.
P-Dog in the house.
In the
The question is, if they had a tiny Phil living in their pocket, what would they make him do? Make him chop up cardboard for a video background.
I would.
A production slave.
I hope you'd pay me for
Nice.
this, PJ.
Minimum sort of.
There is,
It's
I
an
would-
internship.
I'd pay you an exposure.
Cardboard toilet paper tube.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
specifically.
It's a specific
I
detail.
imagine cardboard boxes would be quite ambitious for a tiny Phil.
But if I'm that
yeah.
small, that's like the Great Wall of China for me.
Yeah, you would have to like kind of spelunk down with like a rope and kind of be cutting it as
Yeah.
you go down.
I'll do that for you, Peach.
And you need to
Thank
make like a
How
whole
small is
rocket
the
out of it.
Phil?
Yeah,
Are
how,
you
I'm
imagining?
imagining
A
it
tiny
that
Phil.
small.
Like
Oh,
a
wow.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
imagining like this.
I was imagining.
If it was like the sexy thing, it'd be able to fit inside a belly button.
Oh,
And then
shut
just,
up! Okay.
You've given
so,
this too much thought.
Sorry,
Phil.
I'm sorry.
I am
I was
thinking-
just imagining peeking it out of it.
I was thinking borrower's
Borrower's.
size, like small.
Yeah,
Very small.
enough to go in an ear.
Yes.
Well,
Like
that
a
would be
bee,
very
size of a
hard.
bee.
You would
Yeah.
truly have to spelunk down a toilet roll.
Splunk.
Oh,
What's the
wow.
next one?
What question would they ask Dan in Internet Support Group?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is, who am I?
Who are you?
Who
Wow.
am I?
No.
That is deep.
No offense, Dan. I don't know if I would go to you to try to figure out
So
who
ask
I
that
am.
No,
I think I would have
no,
a
no.
crisis.
Any kind of deep question like that, yeah,
Yeah.
that would end the video pretty fast.
I think we would both have a crisis.
Phil would be like, Dan, I went to go film an internet support group and he hasn't come back for a week. Is he okay? And I'll
He's
just be
just
like
on the
floor.
Thanks,
skeletal.
What fan fiction do they secretly read?
Here comes the dark truth.
Self-insert with Tommy Wiseau.
How did you know?
Is that in certain scenes?
In certain
You
scenes?
self-insert
Yeah.
Into,
I like
uh-oh.
imagine myself in the scene and kind of like it's me and
In,
Tommy
Yeah.
in the bed.
the room.
Yeah.
You do the voice, PJ.
Oh, hi, Truth Bomb.
So, what's your favourite?
Touch me, PJ.
My favourite.
Oh, whoa,
PJ.
let's...
Can you recap for me? Wait, what?
Oh, hi, PJ.
So, if they had a tiny Phil living in their pocket, it was make him chop up
Cardboard slave.
toilet.
Yeah.
What would they ask Dan in Internet Support Group? Who am I? And what fan fiction do they secretly read? Self-insert with Tommy Wiseau.
So PJ, what do you consider the best, most accurate?
I mean, it's got to be the Tommy Wiseau one because that is 100% accurate.
No, it's
Yeah.
the funny one.
That's
Somebody
true.
knew that too
It's,
well.
it's a truth bomb. But who wrote that?
I think it was Daniel.
Ooh.
Yes, it
Oh!
was.
Nice.
What's the points, Dan?
Well, I'm the favourite, so I get a point.
You're the favourite.
But I guess
Yeah,
it's a-
and then
do I
PJ
get a
gets it,
point?
so he
PJ
gets a
gets a
point.
point.
Well done.
Well done.
Points all around.
Yeah, well, not all
Except
around.
for you two.
I know.
Okay.
Next up.
Okay, I am reading about Deheezy.
Oh God.
Is that
okay.
how is the correct pronunciation?
Deheezy.
Deheezy.
Yeah.
If Deheezy had a tiny Phil living in their pocket,
Who we've established is borrower high.
what would they make him do? Make him eat cereal until death.
Until
You want my cornflakes? Have one cornflake.
Is that like in Matilda where they're like, eat all the chocolate cake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Teach me a lesson.
My fantasy is to see a tiny Phil cry himself to death,
Fantasy.
attempting to eat one crunchy nut cornflake.
What question would they ask Dan in the internet support group? So this is what question would Dan ask
What
himself?
would he ask himself?
And the answer is, who am I?
Again.
Which we have already established would result in a bit of a breakdown. So
Again. Who am I?
That's like basically my whole channel, isn't it? Oh my God. That would be the last question in Internet Support Group.
Fine.
Yeah.
Internet Support Group 99, I just look at the camera and then it fades to black.
That's it.
And the final question: what fan fiction do they secretly read?
Uh-huh.
My Little Pony crossed with dystopian post-apocalyptic memes.
Wow.
Wow.
That sounds exciting.
Okay, so it's like an edgy post-apocalypse where
Yeah.
like Pepe and My Little Pony
Have
are in
babies.
some like Mad Max world.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
Eating cannibals.
You've read that one already, then?
Yes, I've got the screenplay.
Tattooed
Wow.
on your back.
Which one, though, was your favourite? Was it you would make a tiny Phil eat cereal until death?
Mm-hmm.
Was it you would ask Dan in his internet support group, who am I? Or was it the My Little Pony and crossed with dystopian post-apocalyptic memes fanfiction?
I'm definitely the most offended at the accusation that I'd have anything to do with My Little Pony fanfiction, which is great. But I'm going to go with the one that involves Phil dying. So I'm going to go with the tiny Phil in the pocket.
But who wrote that?
TJ.
No, that was not me.
It was me!
What?
Because I know how offended you are with the cereal. So I was like, what's he going to do to
So
me?
you just made your own death scenario?
Yes.
Wow.
Because it happened again this morning.
Hiding in plain sight. That's what I call that.
This would imply that you're aware of the issue, though.
I am aware of
Does that
it.
mean that we're making progress with this whole thing?
Yes, I will never do that again, Mr. Howell.
Please crowdfund my shrink ray. Okay, and now, just as he deserves it, it is time for Philly L's turn.
Here we go. Drop that pence.
Pen drop. If Phil had a tiny Phil living in his pocket,
I'm
he
scared.
would constantly freak out the entire world population.
Hey, look what I got. Hey, look what I
Very
got.
Want to
true.
see what's in my pocket? Eat me! Yeah, that would be quite harrowing.
I'd go
I
on
think.
morning television, but then I think I'd get taken away by the government where they'd experiment on us.
Oh yeah,
no.
both of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm now just picturing, Mike TV and Willy Wonka when he gets shrunk down.
yeah.
Imagine that little Phil. I'm on TV. That's all I can think of. Now.
Yeah.
If Phil asked Dan a question in internet support group,
Yeah.
it would be, how do I get as many subscribers as you?
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay, guys, let's move on swiftly to the last. He would, though.
Yeah, you've got like 1,000 accounts where you subscribe to yourself.
That's
Dan.
it, yeah,
That's
it's
what it
like-
is. I've seen him
You know,
clicking.
like the Russians hacking elections?
That was
That's just
Dan.
subscribe. Yeah, people subscribing to Dan's
Wow.
95. It's true.
Just so many clicks.
Shout out to Putin.
No shout outs to Putin
I
today.
Today.
Not on this
Okay,
day.
we know who's doing it then. Right. And then the
I
last
would
one
do it.
is, what fan fiction does Phil secretly read? It is cheese on body themed smut.
Oh.
Wow.
The shame.
Cheese on body smut.
Yeah, it, like
What is
self fondue.
Oh.
That's the whole thing.
No, that actually
It would
turned
be
my
like-
stomach.
You walk into the delicatessen, you see a chocolate fountain, you think, should have put the brie in there.
Oh, no!
I say to myself,
It's
you
full
turn
of
it
vegetable
on.
oil.
Yeah, you see the cheese start to flow. Don't want to do it. I take off my shirt. The cheese caresses down my nipples.
I get in a
It's
lot of
covering me.
You wrote this.
The air
so
starts to
true.
chill.
Oh my
I am
God.
covered in cheese.
Please
It's
stop.
so wrong, but it feels so right. I
gagging.
hate cheese,
That's
but I
enough.
love it.
Stop.
I'm gagging
No.
for more.
No.
So if you want to visit Dan's Wattpad,
yeah,
it is
that's
www.
what it is.
And this is why you have to be 50 plus to log in. So Phil, out of the world freaking out, they're asking for more subscribers, or the cheese dipping. What was your favourite?
I like the world freaking out.
Yes,
Because
it is you in your own pocket.
I figured me freaking everyone out with the little Phil is a nice scenario. And I think that was Sophie.
It was me.
Oh, nice one. So Sophie gets a point.
Nice.
And Phil gets
Phil
a
gets
point
a
because
point.
wait a minute.
Wait,
So
wait.
Phil, what are the final scores?
Final scores. Sophie gets 1. Dan gets 1. PJ gets 1. And Phil gets 3.
What a fix!
No.
Absolute rig.
Big finger wag. No.
Hey, I deserve to win.
Well done.
Thank
Phil.
you.
That was,
Well done, Phil.
that was good.
I'm going to celebrate with my tiny little Phil. Wait, that
What does
sounded
that-
really
And some Philadelphia that I got in the fridge.
Cancel that.
Oh,
Okay, we somehow
We
made
should
this
just end it there.
yeah
That should
more
just be-
inappropriate
Just
than the
don't say
one
that.
with Tom Scar.
I can't
so
say that
I don't
again.
know what went
Wait,
wrong. I think it's all
cancel.
Sophie's fault. You're just
It's
bringing
your
the
fault.
energy.
Bring out the
You've made it
worst in
weirdly
me.
So
sexual.
sorry, Phil.
It's the
I'm so
dragons.
sorry.
It's the dragons.
Scaly, My Little Pony, macrophilia, and cheese dipping. We've
Nice.
really covered all the kinks
We've learnt a
here
lot
today.
today.
We've had a lot.
It's gone
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
Lots of truths have been dropped.
Right.
Thank you, Sophie, for being in the video.
Thank you.
Have you had the best time of your life?
The best time.
Yeah.
And PJ, we're not thankful at all.
I was going to thank PJ as well.
It sounded more like thank you, Sophie,
fine.
and you know
Yeah.
you turned up, so we had to bring you
To
here,
be
PJ.
fair,
But
if you knew the things that I was writing, you wouldn't thank me.
things-
yes,
the
we
things we've seen.
all got away with a lot
Yeah.
by not being picked there, which is the magic of truth bombs. You can roast people, be very sexually inappropriate, and as long as people don't pick you, you're not going to get shamed.
And it can be fun for all the family as well if you want to play a more innocent game.
Phil, what is the family-friendly answer to fan fiction? what
Uh,
would your grandma
grandma
secretly
knitting fiction.
Oh,
I
that's
would read
that
that.
just the
sounds
fantasy
sweet.
that she knitted the most comfy
So-
jumper
Yeah.
ever
so
for her
soft.
grandson. See, you can be nice when
Yeah.
you play this game.
So-
We're all just horrible people.
It is possible.
I'm slightly biased, but I think Truth Bombs is a great game to play at Christmas with your family or your friends. So if you'd like to get it, there is a link below where you can get it from Amazon.
I'm absolutely going to play this with my family.
Also,
I'll let you know how it goes.
If you want the Dan and Phil expansion pack, that is on Dan and
Yeah,
Phil's
we'll link to that in
shop.com.
Dental Shop if you want
As
to play
well.
with these zany questions.
Yeah, and we're going to head off into the sunset now. So you can subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it.
We'll link to these guys
These
down
guys
the
are
descripy
below.
rizzle.
Go check them out. Give them a
And
little
we'll never
click.
see them again because every time we play this, people don't talk to us. So
No.
thank you and
Yeah.
goodbye.
Goodbye,
Bye.
guys. Goodbye, guys.
Forever.